What's good, YouTube land? That Weird Collector here with what may end up being my final Titans Return review until Power of the Primes finally gets released in Canada. It's Blitzwing. Yeah, I mean all the ones that are left that I haven't reviewed are either repaints or pretty horrible. I mean, Broadside, that jet mode, no. And he got a repaint into some purple lion guy. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, besides that, all the deluxes I want are repaints. Like Quake. I'm not sure about Croc, because he's a cool repaint of, honestly, probably the worst toy in the toy line. Windblade, still not sure if I actually want a Windblade. And all the Voyagers left are repaints. I mean, Megatron from this guy, Optimus from Octane, and Sentinel Prime from Astro Train. So, yeah, you may not see many more Transformers reviews until I get my hands on Power of the Prime. But we must ignore all that and just look at Blitzwing. Here is the box. You see Blitzwing right there. Piece of artwork of him in mid-decapitation. You can actually kind of see, really weirdly, the connection point and his neck socket. That is odd. Obviously, Titans Return, Voyager class, Class A Voyager, Class A Viajero, Class A Voyager. And his headmaster is named Hazard, for whatever reason. And you've got your Hasbro logo, Transformers with the Generations logo. That same piece of artwork right there. That flaming Decepticon insignia on the side. Really dark purple. Same on the top. On the bottom you got nothing. On the back you got your obligatory product shots. Hazard gives Blitzwing the ability to take over the processors of another bot and program them to cataclysmically self-destruct. Blah 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 blah. Stuff and cross cells, and I do have Octane, I do have Misfire, don't have Sky Shadow yet. But that being said, I'm going to get them open and we're going to take a look at this Decepticon Triple Changer. So here he is, opened up, and in alt mode number 1, the tank. So first off, you get a collector's card. Nice piece of artwork there. And tech specs for Blizzard, Blitzwing, and Hazard. Haswing. He's a Haswing. Not the smartest one, Blitzwing. Although apparently he is characterized as being off his tits mental. So I'm not surprised. And here are the instructions. Let's get take those away. So, what do we think of this tank? It's a pain in the ass, honestly. To get everything lined up, it kind of took me a little bit of time, and I'm not sure if it's 100% worth it, but it's a tank that also has to turn into a jet. So we kind of have to, I don't know, let it off with a few things, like the jet canopy right there, and the wings right there. Yeah. It doesn't roll very well, honestly. It's got 4 wheels that barely move. Like, are just, I don't know, pinned in. Is that even a pin End wheel? I don't think so. And on the bottom, well, if you know how this transforms, then you can kind of see stuff. But you can see, hey, Decepticon insignia. And on the back, we do have stored his sword, so I'll just take that off and just take off all his accessories, just to leave you with the bare bones tank mode. I'll take out his Titan Master as well. This thing doesn't even sit flush. Like, you can kind of see. I don't know what's going on, but he. I'm just thinking of it. He almost is the same color as my desk. But yeah, and also to complain, this wing doesn't lock in at all. So for detail, he does have a lot of detail. Being an army tank, he is heavily sculpted with like 6 fake wheels and fake tank treads on each side, which are textured plastic, so they feel pretty good. Just ribbed for her pleasure, so to speak. Tank turret is not bad. It's very reminiscent of the G1 turret. And even this part can come off. Now, he is a retool of Megatron who had this, but had this configured slightly differently. Like, I don't think it worked exactly like this, but because Blitzwing doesn't have the fusion cannon accessory to go over this tiny turret, and also cover up this teeny little gun barrel, he kind of looks a bit puny when it comes to power. Like, this cannon doesn't really look like it'll pack a lot of wallop. Oh well, you know, nothing I can do about that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Shapeways has put out something for his turret. I don't know yet. I don't really look at third-party stuff. We do have these things that resemble turbine engines sticking out the front. And what else? Well, he's made of beige in the front and purple at the back. I'm not going to comment on the stickers in this mode. But he does have Decepticon insignias on each side. They are stickers, along with weapon ports right beside them. So you can say, plug in the gun, or, I don't know, plug in your sword for whatever reason. If you want to stab a robot in the ankles, maybe in the shins there, and at that point you're not stabbing anything. Take those off. As shown before, we can take Hazard and plug him in right here. There's also a Decepticon insignia on this thing, but you also have 2 Titan Master ports right on the back, so you can plug him in there. Let's grab another Titan Master. Who am I going to grab? I'll grab Astro Train. Titan Master, Mr. McFloopy Legs, McLoose Legs, because he's a slightly different shade of purple. Can put 2 right there. We'll take Octane's Titan Master as well, just for lulz. Click. Take Octane's almost completely unpainted Titan Master, and we'll just sit him down in here. You can do that, and they never fit comfortably in that turret. But there you have full Titan Master compatibility. Take these off to the side. So, I don't know how better to mention this, but I'll just bring it up now. Blitzwing's plastic resume has not been the best so far. You could describe it as infuriating close to okay. So Blitzwing showed up in animated, and his toy was irritatingly close to okay. It had a face-changing gimmick But that jet mode kind of ruined the thing. And his open hands. So then, Blitzwing got a toy in the Thrilling 30 toy line. And it was okay, you could say. Again, frustratingly close to okay. But the biggest issue was his shoulder flaps that just didn't peg in anywhere and didn't look any good. But that toy got a repaint into something I've already reviewed. For comparison, here's Double Dealer in his tank mode. Double Dealer is somebody we should have gotten in this line, in my opinion. He's a triple changer. Why not make him a Voyager in Titan's Return and not a simple Blitzwing repaint? So these two, actually, I can do this. I don't think this sword was remolded. Here's basically Blitzwing's sword from the Thrilling 30, and here is his sword in Titan's Return. Can you actually plug his sword onto a sword? You can plug his sword onto a sword. But yeah, this was, I think, mostly just purple. Maybe the hilt was painted, I'm not sure, back in the Thrilling 30, because I didn't buy that Blitzwing. I only ever saw a Double Dealer on the shelf when I started collecting. Although Double Dealer is important to me because he was the first Voyager I ever purchased. Or was it Sandstorm? No, I think it was Sandstorm, so. But this guy's not as important, but yeah, here's two tanks from basically the same character. Just one's painted a little differently. This was actually the first time in forever I transformed Double Dealer just for this video. And this is supposed to be Blitzwing's gun from the Thrilling 30 because they didn't remold this. This is basically the same size. And at least this thing's a little bit bigger than this. This is just a puny little gun. So for more comparisons, because what is a good toy review if not full of comparisons? Here he is next to Octane. Obviously, a tanker truck should be way smaller than a tank. So, size, yeah, it doesn't really work. Also, I just noticed that I completely forgot to mention that there are Titan Master compatible pegs on the tank, the oil tank of Octane's vehicle mode. You know, I've been looking at those while I've been playing with Octane. I didn't even recognize that they were Titan Master pegs, and maybe that's why, because they're not very good Titan Master pegs. So, and also, here he is with his buddy Astro Train. Now, this looks really weird, in my opinion, because you got two Earth-based alt modes, a tanker truck and a tank, and then you've got a futuristic cyber train. I don't really know how to show them that. Oh, forgot the panel. Oops. Did I forget on the other side? Yep, forgot on the other side. But here are all three of the Decepticon G1 triple changers that I have. I've already gone into all of that stuff. I won't go into it again. I still like Octane, and I'm liking Astro Train less because he's just panels. But Blitzwing, tank mode, not bad. It's definitely the best one in a modern toy that we've gotten. And we do have one other alt mode to go. But before then, because I can, here's a comparison to a G1 toy. More actually a G1 knockoff. But, yep. You can kind of see what they base it on. Even the G1, even a knockoff of the G1 has the jet canopy right there in the back, so yeah, that makes sense. And, well, what do you say about that? Besides visible head syndrome, it's right there. Yeah. G1 precious review because it's precious. So, next up, we gotta get into jet mode, and that means I gotta transform a bunch of stuff, but never mind that, because I'll be right back. Alrighty, dude. So, transformation in jet mode. Here we go. You wanna unpeg these side bits. Come on, there we go. You wanna flip this bit, which is back fin, around. Just to be safe, we'll do it on the other side. Spin that around. Just pull this up to get it out of the way. Come around to the back, to the opposite side, the bottom, so to speak, and you can flip those up. And then you're going to come to this large gray section, and you're going to want to unpeg it. It pegs in right there, with that peg right there, and you want to rotate it this way until it's in that position, and then you want to peg it in, and the gray wing flap actually has a small peg and pegs in right there to keep that in place. That's cool. Then you want to completely fold out the wing, and you want to do this to the tank tread, and it basically, it's supposed to peg in right there into there, which doesn't seem to be a very solid connection. And then this port is supposed to plug in right there, and that's even weaker connection. That doesn't even stay. And that right there is also supposed to go in right in there. But no, it does not stay. Oh, I knocked over the Titan Master, and then you can just fold the wing down. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Unpeg the gray section, spin it around, plug it in, and keep plugging it so the wing pops off. Plug the wing back in, fold out the wing, fold out the wing, fold out the wing, fold out the wing. Well, that was terrible. And then come to this section. It's quite tight for some reason. What is going on? There we go. Sort of. Plug it in, just like Glade tells you to. Not Glad, Glade. And that one actually plugs in a bit better. Although this connection and this connection are still nothing. Then fold the wings down, and you're almost out of jet mode. What you want to do now is come to this section where the canopy is, fold it all the way out, and then fold the turret right there. You can see some dummy wheels molded in that I didn't mention. 3 dummy wheels. And visible hands. Now we come to this. Open this part up to reveal the nose cone and plug it back down. And you're in jet mode. And from the top, jet mode looks, I'd say, better. It's almost one solid color of purple with little accents of, would you call that gray? I'd call that beige-ish. Some shade of beige. And I'd say jet mode looks better. While it definitely is a lot of clunky mess on the sides, I can ignore that. So, what do we got? We've got stickers, which is nice to see. Although they're not really the best quality stickers, I think. They definitely try and look like his G1 wings, with the Decepticon insignia on each side, the silver with the red arrows, those are literally arrows, and the yellow and black detailing. So I'll just do a quick comparison again. Here is my knockoff. You can kind of see what, like, it is accurate to Blitzwing to have the tank turret just sitting right there. You got a Decepticon insignia and some red detailing right there, some beige detailing on what become his knees, and some nice molded in detail on these parts right here. I don't know how well you can see that. Well, you can see that real well. And near the canopy, there's a, what I assume is a weapon port right there. The same two Titan Master pegs right here. Now they've just moved from down here to here. The back of the tank to the top, to the front of the jet. What else you can do? You can still, you can use this however you want. You can put the tank turret like that. You can kind of use it as like, I don't know, like that, like a display base maybe. You know, there's stuff to do with it at least. You can still remove this and plug it in nowhere. I don't know, plug it in his nose. And he does kind of have a weird Joker-like scar running down the side due to how his jet mode works, if I can actually get this open. I find this really hard to get open, actually. I don't know why it gets so tight when you peg it in, or whatever the connection is, but I can't get it open. But he has that same kind of feature that Generation Cyclonus does with the opening mouth kind of gimmick. I wonder if I can even plug this, like make this look better. I don't know. Yeah, this goes absolutely nowhere. Can't even fit right there. All it is it goes right there. So for weapons, I believe you cannot plug the gun in. Where can you plug the gun in this mode? Basically nowhere besides his hand. Even that doesn't actually work very well. It does have this little nubbin on the back that you can kind of use. But really, there's no weapon. Okay, there's weapon ports right here, which you can kind of do that with. Take that however you want to. You could plug the sword into the hand, probably. That looks a little better. But something I realized, there are these two, what look like pegs on the gun, and these two ports on the sword, but they don't fit together. And if they do, if you try, I can see that I'm really causing stress marks and probably cracking in the, like breaking in the plastic. So I don't recommend doing that. Unfortunately, you can't really peg it in like that either. Can't plug this. I don't believe you can plug the sword in. Nope. So there's really not a whole heck of a lot of weapon storage. Jeez. That actually kind of sucks. Well, that more than kind of sucks, actually. That you can't store a weapon in this mode. But, besides the point, let's go to comparison. So here he is with Octane, who has weapon storage ports, but I don't like to use them in either result modes because the guns aren't pointing a good way. Here's Double Dealer. So you can compare. That is not a very good jet mode, but it is better than the tank mode. I'm pretty sure I've said all I wanted to say in the review of this guy, even though I didn't actually know there was landing gear. So, yeah. This jet mode is better. It actually looks like a solid jet. Here's him again with his good buddy Astro Train. They have very similar weapons, although this weapon is actually has a longer barrel, and as people know, a longer barrel means a better looking gun, or something like that. Some insert dick joke here. I knocked over his Titan Master, and here's him with Deluxe Class Slug Slinger, just to show you. He's not much bigger in size, but he does have quite a bit more to transformation than Slug Slinger. Speaking of, we must go into robot mode, and that means I have to transform a bunch of guys again, so be right back. Last time. So, to transform him into robot mode, we must remove the sword. And just look at the box. Alright. Okay. Okay. Pull up the tank turret. You gotta finagle the dog cockpit. I don't know if this part is gonna be tight on everyone's. There we go. Wonder how I got these scars? Oh wait, I completely forgot. You're supposed to fit a Titan Master in there with this adorable. There you go. Fold the nose cone back in. Close that up. Rotate that around. So it's like that. Now take this piece, which is the chest, and fold it all the way up. And I have an issue with this that I'll get to briefly. Take this piece off. Fold this, I believe. Yep, this goes into there. And it sits flush like that. Now take these pieces, we have to rotate them back upwards, and I'll put the chest piece down. I'll rotate the other one up just for now. They plug in, as they usually do for tank mode, right in there. Plug in, close it up, and you can kind of see there's an issue, which I'll get to. This panel's something in here just doesn't fit. Like, this is at an angle and this is warped to the point where it just doesn't really work very well. I kind of have to Oh, it's snapped in now, but it doesn't take much force to pop it out. So take this panel, that nub, that port's going to go right in there. Fold this to the shoulder, and I believe fold this piece back, and you have an arm. Second verse. same as the first. Fold that up, fold those to the side, and fold that guard back. And I believe what you're supposed to do is take the wings like this. That's my best guess from looking at the pictures. Take the wings, and I believe you're supposed to just pull them up. Split the legs. Come here to the back panel, fold it out. Extend the legs all the way down. And my biggest issue with transformation is this right here. You have to actually bend the cover panel to flip the foot out. That was not thought through, in my opinion. But you also, can you do it? I believe you're supposed to, yeah. So I'm just going to unfold. This little tab right here goes into a hole right in there, and also a hole in that thigh. Right there. Close the panel, fold the foot out, so you have a leg. All done. Second verse, again. Fold down the leg. Make sure it tabs in. Fold out the foot, and you can hear the plastic bend. Close the back panel up. And I believe that's one Blitzwing. All he's missing is a head. So we'll take a look at Hazard. While his face barely has any detail on it, he definitely his head looks like a mini Blitzwing head. He does, at least he has two tones of plastic, so he's not completely boring. Although I like that his plastic is kind of the same color as Blitzwing's arms. That's kind of cool. And he doubles over into probably one of the best face sculpts I've seen out of this line. Like, if you just look at it from the front, you can't even tell there's beige on the back of his helmet. You can take a look. He's got the iconic Blitzwing cube head with the yellow helmet, the bright red wraparound shades. Brett! I don't know who's going to actually get that. And the purple face with the down-hour dread scowl. And thankfully, there's no face swapping gimmick. Or face changing gimmick. So, plug him in right in there. And somewhere in that mass, he should plug in. There we go. And there you have one complete Blitzwing in his robot mode. And I definitely like the look of Blitzwing. He's definitely a good looking robot, in my opinion. I think he works out a lot on his chest and arms. Not so much on his legs, but oh well, most people skip leg day anyway. So what you can do with these two bits, just completely off topic, is you can basically slide them together to make a longer gun. That's it. Let's get mechanical, I guess. His chest looks nice. You've got that Decepticon insignia with the red arrows pointing downwards. His crotch is now solid purple, which looks completely weird. Like, I don't know if he's like wearing a purple shirt and has, you know, done some tanning. His downarms are definitely, like, you know, tanned compared to his pasty, boring gray thighs. He's even tanned on his feet for some reason. I don't know if he's wearing sneakers or plimsolls. I believe that's a British term. It also, to me, this beast kind of looks like he's wearing a beige turtleneck. It looks weird to me. He doesn't really have a lot of kibble when you think about it. He's got a bit on his arms and all his Mo junk just on his back right here, but yeah, for a triple changer, suspiciously not a lot of kibble. His arms, well, kind of look messy. But that's kind of the best place, honestly, I could think of to put the tank treads. Just, they incorporate into his arms. That's all. What else we got? We got some molding detail on his crotch, which, when this was Megatron, it was actually painted black and looked like out of place. Well, not out of place, because Megatron's supposed to have black wide front underwear. Now it's just one solid massively painted piece. I like the random gray for like his ribs or his rib cage for whatever reason. That kind of looks cool. And I don't know what else. He's got molded detail on his arms. I guess we should just skip to articulation because I'm rambling. Heads on the ball joint. You get side-to-side motion, nothing forward, nothing upwards, nothing downwards, and complete exorcist swivel. You do have these techno tendons in his arm, but they do give for some good range. Like you get a full, not a full, but that much range forward and backwards. You can do this kind of thing. Like this, I don't know, shoulder shrug. You got a good hinge right here. You got a hinge and a swivel, which look a lot better than Combiner Wars Megatron's roll plug looking shoulders. You got a bicep swivel. I mean a bicep swivel. You also have outward elbows, which looks completely weird because an arm doesn't normally bend like that. But full 360 on the bicep. Pause way too long there. 90 degrees on the elbow, and you can flip out his kibble for, I don't know, like a middle finger mode. Like he's just flipping off everyone. Like he's mad at the world. Like he's off his tits mental. And his arms are just retransformed into tank treads. Arm, tank tread. Arm, tank tread. Hours of fun. Nothing at the wrist because it's a solid piece, unfortunately. It's not even competently painted either. You can see all the beige. Then they just painted the outside purple. Nothing at the waist. Unfortunately, I really wish there was something like, maybe if this crotch plate was actually like a panel that hinged and there was a cut swivel right below it. Yeah. Oh, okay, well, his jet canopy is in his ass, so I guess you don't really have room right below it for a swivel, so that's unfortunate. Hips, pretty good actually. You can go all the way forward, like way farther than straight, or not way farther than backwards, all the way, nothing obstructing it besides this wing, which you can get out of the way easily. Actually, the wing's not even in the way. See? See? Outwards, smooth. Yep. He can do the full Van Dams, although he can't actually stand up, and he's still flipping everybody off. Can he actually... No. He can't... Oh, let's see if he will do it. Will he stand up? Oh my god, he'll actually stand up doing a Van Dam split. Or, not exactly a Van... He'll actually stand up like that. Holy crap. That is impressive. Thigh swivel. Bit tight on mine. But it is just a simple mushroom peg. Knees go, they go beyond 90 degrees. But if you want, you can hold up the panel and get way farther, but you're kind of just transforming them at that point. Locked in, I believe they can only, locked in right there, they can only go 90. Still, not bad. Foot can bend downwards, I guess, so I don't know if he's what is he doing in this pose? What are you doing, Blitzwing? I don't know. You can fold the foot down that far. I don't know if he's walking, maybe? While he's flipping somebody off. I'm gonna stop before this video gets demonetized. Well, it's gonna get demonetized pretty much right away when I upload it, but it will be remonetized eventually. And that's it for articulation. For weapons, again, we have the sword, which has a thinner bit right there, so you kind of have to put it all the way in his hand for him to hold in. Even though that looks like a dinky sword, a dinky sword. I think I was trying to say short sword, and then just said sword. He's walking. He's walking up to stab you. And obviously you can peg the gun in his hand. But that's boring and off-balances him. There is other places for this stuff. There are 2 ports right behind his head, as that panel is constantly annoying. And you can actually plug in for Megatron-esque, okay, G2 Megatron-esque shoulder cannon. That's kind of cool. And yeah, you can also peg the sword in right there, right in his face. Although the handle does get in the way with the tank turrets. You also have ports on his arms for giving him a forearm blade for, I don't know what you want to do with that, but I assume that's more specifically for Megatron. You know, give him his the illusion of his shoulder is a, what was it? What was his gun called? The fusion cannon, I believe. And I believe on the Megatron one they remolded this bit so it can plug in there to kind of make the illusion of the fusion cannon right there. You know, maintain the silhouette. Oh, everyone talks about the silhouette. I'm just reciting Thew at this point. Let's give him his gun in his hand. Well, hilariously, at least I think it is, you can turn the gun into a stick. He's holding a stick. I am holding Jose Jalapeno on a stick. I think that's about it for Blitzwing. So first, ooh, I actually forgot. I have to transform my knockoff into its robot mode. Ugh. Hate this thing. Why did I buy it? Because I didn't realize it was a knockoff, and I guess I just wanted a toy of G1 Blitzwing. Do 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 do. I don't know what song I'm singing. I'm just singing because I have to waste time transforming this fucker. So there's the knockoff G1 Blitzwing. That looks terrible. Boom! So for some actually decent comparisons, here he is with Double Dealer. Move camera over, just so you can see what they look like. With the old Blitzwing body type, and a better looking Blitzwing body type that is actually Blitzwing. Here he is with Octane. Blitzwing is actually a tad bit taller than Octane. Octane does not contain heels, so kind of have to almost chicken leg him a bit to get him to stand up. Also, I think I forgot to mention in Octane's video, neither of his alt modes have his jet mode doesn't have landing gear, which is actually quite an issue. So there's Octane, and here again is his buddy, his crotch-splitting buddy, Astro Train. Yep, they're there. I'm just reminded that I almost forgot a gimmick. The common Voyager gimmick in this line. If you pull down the panel, you can see some molded detail in there, but also his spine. That's terrifying. Look, his chest is a drip tray. But if you hit this gray thing, it activates his collarbone obelisks, which I don't know if they're from the G1. Looking like that, kinda, yeah. Well, maybe this isn't accurate to the show model, but... Oh, well. Oh, God. It's man. Well, shitty plastic, that should tell you the quality of plastic right there. And, well, yeah. You do have those optional collarbone obelisks if you feel like it. They just, instead of actually popping out and being on a neck platform, they're actually separate pieces, but he can't turn his head any more than that. So I don't plan to use them unless they're in like his G1 show model, which I probably won't look up anyway, but that's besides the point. Screw you! Screw you! So that's everything on Blitzwing. Now we must ask ourselves, is this the classic Blitzwing we've been waiting for years? Now, I am not the person to answer that question. I will tell you he is a good toy. The transformation, while still simple, is definitely a good transformation. Like like each mode the two alt modes look significantly different from each other. And there's enough to do. There's enough to do to make you feel like it's fun, I guess. Like just turning that into an arm is, well, 2 steps, definitely significant in appearance. I think his transformation is more looks anything than moving parts, you know. It's kind of, I don't know what I'm talking about, but is this guy better than the Thrilling 31? Yeah, definitely. His shoulders are actually solid. And is it better than the animated? Yes. Its alt modes look solid enough, like way more solid than that one, so if you're looking for a Blitzwing, I definitely recommend this one. I lost my point, but I think I'm running out of things to say, so I'm just shut up now. Thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. But until then, keep it weird.